People do these vans in all different types of ways. This is our way of doing it.
We needed this so we could keep the wall together.
So this is the pride and joy of the van. This is my personal favorite part of it.
Kind of terrifying the first couple nights.
Hi, I'm Joe.
And I'm Lindsay.
And this is the Luna 2.
It's a Ram ProMaster 3500 extended body. All right, welcome inside the Luna 2. We're inside the kitchen area. Over here, you can find our 2-burner induction stove. We also opted for some custom quartz countertops. This was actually really cool. We got a 3/4 inch quartz countertop made by a local company. It was actually just a remnant, so it was super affordable. It's really lightweight compared to most quartz countertops. And we love it because it's clean and there's a lot of counter space. Coming back over here, you have plenty of room to do any kind of prepping. You can make a full Thanksgiving dinner if you'd like, or Christmas dinner. So we wanted it to be as homey as possible and reflect, you know, everything we would like in a real home. So this is actually my favorite drawer in the whole van because Joe custom built everything you see. This is one of the drawers. Obviously you can use it for whatever you want, but we thought maybe silverware. And he did kind of like a linear thing going on, kind of matches the whole shiplap theme. So I really love this drawer. It's kind of a weird thing to love, but I really do love it. And everything's slow closing, which is amazing. So moving on this way, Joe actually built out the wall or the door. Something we didn't see in a lot of vans when we were designing the concept, and we wanted to have it, like I've mentioned, to be as homey as possible. So he created this little windowsill, which I really love. You can't really put anything on it, but when it's closed and you're parked, you can put a candle there. I don't know, I love it. And then this little shelf. Joe was adamant about putting a shelf in there. I didn't understand why, but he was like, there's gotta be a shelf and I've gotta do a column. So this shelf and this column, I love it because you can obviously put cute decorations up here or fruit or whatever you want. So it worked out. And then moving on this way, we wanted to do a funky backsplash, but nothing too funky. Like we see a lot of subway tile. We didn't want to do subway tile, even though I love it. So we went to Home Depot and Lowe's and we were looking at different options. And it's really tough actually picking out a backsplash because it looks so different completed. Like if you look at them in the packages, it's really tough to tell what it's going to look like, but I think it turned out cool. It's kind of funky. It's kind of Art Deco. We love Art Deco. So yeah. So the sink was installed with the countertops from Milestone Surfaces in Murfreesboro. It's just a black sink, matte black. We wanted to do something really deep. It was really tough to decide actually if we wanted to go wider or deeper. But you could do both, but I like how it turned out. It's plenty of room to do dishes and yeah, I love it. All of the cabinets are custom built. Joe built these out, the cabinet maker of the century here. They're really deep and they have plenty of room for storage. They also have access points in the back so you can access all of these puck lights. So if you ever need to replace them, you can unplug them and string them through. And then we also have our little ledge here. This was actually an essential piece. We needed this so we could keep the wall together, but it actually worked out because it's a great little ledge. So there's this little tip out drawer and it has all of our switches. It has the hot water heater switch. You turn that on about 5 minutes before a shower so it gets nice and hot. There's the diesel heater remote. So on those cold winter days, you just pop that on. There's the fan remote and then also the Renogy power inverter. So another feature in the kitchen is the table leaf pop-up. We were trying to figure out the most efficient way to have a table in here. You obviously need somewhere to eat. I actually don't mind eating on my lap, but we figured somewhere to work, you know, on your laptop or eat. So we have this pop-up leaf table. You can swivel the seat around and hang out from there, or it's also great like if you're cooking outside and you need somewhere to place something. It's a great table space for that. Yeah, so we actually had a Ford Transit Connect before this. Joe's kind of always wanted to do the van thing, and I hopped on board. So we had that. We didn't live in it full time, but we did quite a few trips. We did a 10-day trip up the coast from California to Oregon, and we loved it. We just thought it would be great so we didn't have to get Airbnbs or hotel rooms. So it was actually super fun, kind of terrifying the first couple nights, but we had a good time.
I think that we built this van with all of our needs in mind, our aesthetic completely in mind. We've lived in apartments our whole life, and we've always had to kind of work around the solid things that were already there in the apartment, so it's hard to really put your personality into something. This was the first time that we had a space that was completely empty. It was just a box, and we were able to put so much of our personality into it and really try to see what that is in the form of a living space. People do these vans in all different types of ways. This is our way of doing it. This is what we feel is comfortable and meets our requirements, makes living on the road what we feel it should be. And I know that's not everybody's way, but for us it just feels totally natural. So this is our seating area, our couch kind of living area that has multi-functions. Here, obviously, you can sit and eat dinner, relax, whatever. You can also turn the pillows to make it more of like a day bed. This is about 6 feet in length when you swivel that chair around over there, so you can actually sleep on this if you wanted to. It's obviously not a mattress, but it does work and it's very comfortable. So that's one of the features that I'm super excited about because it has so many different functions. Underneath this bench, we have a lot of storage. We have our diesel heater down here with a vent down below, so that gives us plenty of heat in the winter. It's wonderful. You wouldn't expect so much heat to come out of something so small, but it's great. So this section of the understorage we left for the shower, because in our shower we have a toilet bowl recess, which allows you to keep the toilet bowl out of sight, out of mind. It keeps any type of odor that might be produced from the, I forget what it's called, the peat moss that's in there, which helps with the biodegrading process. So all of that is stored away in a nice convenient package, and we left room in the bench for that. We chose these windows because they're really great for ventilation. We don't have an air conditioner in this van, we just have a max air fan. And the great thing about that is when you turn it to pulling the air out of the van, it'll basically suction air from the outside and create a really nice cross breeze through the van, which is also surprisingly cool when it's really warm outside. It's just really nice and makes things very comfortable. Here we have a nice little feature of some birds. This was originally a wallpaper that we chose to be in the bedroom, and we covered the whole back wall with this and found out the next day that it didn't want to stay there. It just completely peeled down. So since we've never hung wallpaper before, we decided to just make it kind of like an accent wallpaper that we put into our shelves. So up above we have our cabinets. These were designed to create plenty of headroom for when you're sitting down here relaxing. You don't have to worry about hitting your head. They also have puck lights installed that do not compromise the storage inside them at all. They just provide a nice light at nighttime so you can read and do whatever it is that you'd like to do. But these open like this, and inside they're built to have access to the electrical, which is in here through this little door. These cabinets break down completely. You can access all the electrical behind them. You can take the puck lights out if they ever need to be replaced or maintenanced, and it just makes things really convenient for any type of maintenance that needs to be conducted. So this is the pride and joy of the van. This is my personal favorite part of it. We really wanted a shower because we like taking showers every single day, and we wanted it to be special, so we made it completely out of cedar. Everything is treated to be in the water constantly and not rot. There will be no problems with this shower at all. The deck in this shower is also made of cedar, but it is not treated so that it gives that aroma when you are in the shower. It's really, really nice. One of the features of this shower that took the most time to engineer and really work out, since it involved the outside of the shower, is our shower bowl recess area. And basically your access to that is just sliding up a door on tracks, pulling out the toilet, using it as you need, and then putting it back inside very effortlessly. That feature I've never seen before in a shower, but I always wanted to do something that concealed the toilet bowl a little bit more. We also have a rain head in the shower. Typically rain heads are above, but since we didn't have that much room in the van, since it's only about 6'3" of space, we had to put the rain head on the side, which still gives you plenty of coverage. You also have the option in here to switch it out to a handheld shower head, so you can get your whole body and shower however you'd like. The great thing also about our build is we have 25 gallons of fresh water, and we also opted for the larger hot water tank, which holds 4 gallons. Usually what we do to conserve power, since we like to have this off-grid and not attached to shore power at all times, is we have a switch for the hot water heater, so we usually turn it on about 5 minutes before we're ready to take a shower, and you can get a pretty long shower in, although we do try to be mindful of the amount of water that we have and not trying to fill up all the time if we're not near a site where we can get fresh water. So we'll typically take like a military style shower where you'll just kind of wet your body and then soap up and then rinse off. And that's been working out tremendously well. So another really cool feature about the shower is the archway. We're really just big fans of archways. It's as simple as that. And we wanted to put them in the van as often as we could. So wherever there's an entrance, there's an archway. And right next to the shower, we have our cabinets. These drawers have so much storage. It's awesome. You can put whatever you want in there, obviously. We really like to put towels in there and just stuff that's easy access from the shower. The cool feature about the bottom shelf that makes it different from the top is it actually is on rollers that support 220 pounds. So in addition to the rollers, we have a platform that goes on top of the drawer so that you can actually step on it and get into the bedroom. So prior to starting this build, I had been working for a health food company, which is one of my passions, but not my passion. And what we wanted to do was kind of start downsizing our living situation so that we can pursue the things that we really want to in life and not get caught up with the cost of living that would come from living in an apartment in a city and all that stuff. So we wanted to get a mobile living space so that we could use it as a studio when we were close to home, and we could also take it on the road. So this would kind of just offset the size of the living space that we would need that would be stationary.
Yeah, I guess so. When we delved into this, Joe was working for like a health food company, and then COVID happened, so we found ourselves kind of in a strange situation where we were on the West Coast in Oregon, completely away from friends and family. We had nature, which was really great, but we were kind of lost and we didn't really know what to do. And then we just had this thought like, oh, we've always wanted to like build a van. We should just do that. Whenever we put our heads together, I swear we get into trouble.
This is our way of just being able to be on the road, which is our favorite place, as I've mentioned, and just be able to visit friends and family also whenever we wanted to, and just bring everything with us, basically. Yeah. We have a full-size mattress back here, which is perfect. Typically in houses, people will have larger beds if they're living with another person. But in the van, we felt that the full-size mattress was perfect space for us to sleep comfortably and also leave lots of room for the other parts of the build, which were very important. So this size was chosen for that reason specifically. Another thing that is really important about this bedroom is it also factored into our van choice. We chose the Ram ProMaster because it is the widest of the vans that you can do builds out of. So we got, I believe, about 6 feet 4 inches of space for you to fully lay out, which is really wonderful and comfortable, and it just makes you feel right at home, like you're sleeping in your bed at your house. It was also designed to have a lot of room so where you can get your back up against here and be comfortable, and these cabinet doors open up so you can put your laptop there and watch movies. We really like to watch films, so that was a must for this build. My favorite part about the bedroom, as simple as it may be, are these pyramids or triangles. It was something that I've never seen done before in a van, and I just feel like it's a nice little feature that gives it some character. It's also a nice little shelf when you want to put your phone here at night or anything else that you want to store by your bedside. Another feature that I really love about the bedroom are the insets, I just like the colors of them. Lindsey did a really good job blending some of the colors that we were using, like the grays of the wall and the whites of the cabinets, together there. We also touched it up with some rope, like some ship rope, and that does a really good job accenting the edges. Since nothing is straight in a van, it's all very curved. Those ropes do a really good job just covering it up and making everything look seamless. Here is another archway entrance to our bedroom. A partition was really important for us because we wanted to have that space from the living room so that you don't feel like you're always in your bedroom. A lot of times you'll see in vans, people will have some kind of collapsible bed situation or something where the bedroom is very much a part of the living space. And just for the sake of feeling like you were in a larger space, we wanted to have a partition. So one of the options that we have for this archway is to have a curtain that you can pull across to get total privacy, but since that's pretty much unnecessary for us, we're the only ones living in it. The partition with the open archway we feel looks great and serves its purpose.
All right, welcome to the trunk of Luna 2. You can see there's a lot of custom cabinetry here. I had no part to do with that. That was all Joe. He was adamant about closing off the back here so it looks nice and tidy. I love it. I love how it turned out. Up in here, there's a little nook. So when you're sleeping, you can put your phone or whatever knickknacks you have, and there's an outlet so you can charge your laptop or your phone or whatever you want. So on this side here is the plumbing. You can see we have a 4-gallon hot water heater. So I think it gives you about a 10-minute hot shower, and then 25 gallons of fresh water, which we find to be plenty. So coming over here is the storage space for luggage or a compact bike or skateboards. So the electrical was the contribution that I really made with the help of CT Vans. Chad, you're amazing. Shout out, shout out. He helped me through every step of this process. So we have our inverter charger here for the shore power. We have the VSR hooked up so it charges the batteries as you drive. We have 2 200 amp hour batteries and circuit breakers for everything in the van. So in case something blows, you're covered. And then, as mentioned before, we have 600 watts of solar on the roof. And yeah, that's about it for the electrical. It's like if you're thinking about doing van life or you're thinking about doing anything, do it. Like, just do it. I know it may be terrifying. Like if you want to move across the country, or if you like have always been in the same hometown your whole life and you've dreamt of moving to Europe, like do it, because life is very short.
We're definitely following an unconventional path, like I'm sure many of you are, but don't be afraid of it, just keep going.
So the Instagram for the van is Lunar Works Van Build, and we got Lunar from, it's kind of a joke because where we built this out was with the in-laws, so Joe's mom and stepdad, who were so kind to let us use their space. But he works at night, and so being on a farm, like farm life is all about like you wake up when the sun comes up and you work all day, and then you go to bed when the sun goes down. But Joe's the complete opposite, and he likes to work at night, and he gets in trouble all the time for it.
Thank you so much for taking a tour of our van and taking interest in what we've done here. If you have any questions at all about what we've built, how we built it, anything at all, please reach out to us. We'd be so happy to help you.
Now get out of the van!